Welcome, join us as we explore the mystical insights of the Blood Moon Oracle, revealing profound guidance for your journey ahead. Thank you for watching.
Hello, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle this evening. Coming with the encouragement of the day. Better late than never, right? I've just been trying to, get myself back into the groove of things. Did a 3-day road trip across to Kansas. Went through about 5 states. Loving the gas prices. It feels like everybody has gas lower than California. We are outrageous in California with the prices. It's just no excuse for it. Ridiculous. But just trying to unwind for the last few days. And then also, I haven't come because I've been working on the reading I'm doing. It's a pretty big reading. It's very consuming when it comes to time around the Lionsgate portal that is coming up in a few days here. I'm hoping to get it done. I'm like halfway done through the signs. And so I just have my other half of the signs that I'm doing, and then we'll get it up. Okay. And so I always like these major shifts with the energy and the alignment in the stars. And I'm learning while I'm also, serving you all as well and tapping into the energy for us. And so, yeah, I look forward to that. That will probably come out sometime between now and the 8th. Hopefully by tomorrow. I had expected to come and do some tonight. I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm not even going to jump in and half do it if I can't give like my full self and be in my full energized energy. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you quality, right? And so, but I am going to just tap in briefly because I know I haven't been on lately. My goal is to be more consistent and come with more purpose, not just coming randomly, but I do want to show up more authentically and with more purpose. And so I do feel a calling to come. I started to just do a written reading. Spirit has been kind of talking to me about doing that. So you may see some of that moving forward, written reading in my community section. It may not always show up as a video, but I don't really have the time. And so I'm just going to go ahead and record. Okay, the message tonight. So I hope you guys are well. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today is a beautiful day. I've been laughing all day. It has been so comical, just the energies that I've been experiencing since I got back. I think I really did need that break. It just feels good to break the routine, to do something different, to get out of the normal stuffiness of your routine. It just feels good, and it just leaves me in a very beautiful um, light energy. And so I'm just loving it. I hope you guys are doing well also. Let's see. All right. And so I was reading a text message. Let's see what the energy is. I do have my Pro Tarot Oracle deck that we're using today. I should have shuffled before so it wouldn't be super loud here, but we're going to ask Spirit, like, share, comment, subscribe. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're going to ask Spirit to give us, some encouragement today. What we need to be aware of, the energies that are showing up today as we lay down and prepare for tomorrow. What is it that we need to know, consider, be aware of? What will help us to stay in this very bubbly energy? All right, let's see. Let's see what comes out. I hope you guys are well. So we have a few cards here. Something about a warning coming out. We have displacement, we have warning coming out, and we have ghost, displacement, warning, and ghost. So there's something, so this little combination, this little trio almost feels like something coming up. Ghost is all about energies resurfacing, being that we are in retrograde. That's not uncommon, right? There could be energies resurfacing, but there's something here about being forewarned about this, being forewarned about this. Where there's smoke, understand that there's fire, not to take things lightly or underestimate the potential of a situation is what I'm hearing. Also with warning to be aware, like, of your own tendencies, be aware of your own, even your own triggers, your own shortcomings. There's something coming out about, especially with displacement, it almost feels like there could be an element in the air or an energy that could pose some kind of risk, right? This is almost like being pulled into something, being pulled into a battle that's not yours, or being, I've been hearing a lot about rage baiting happening, being baited into something that probably would not normally be your response, or it probably would not normally be something that you would be involved in, but because of this element of influence, has some type of weird, it's like a strange pull or influence that could influence you into this element. And it could be an element of rage, it could be like an element of destruction, an element of anger that leads a charge of some kind. So there's something about being aware. And I almost feel like there's the need to understand that every battle is not our battle, right? It may and very well be something very noble to stand up for, but it doesn't mean that it's our battle, right? Even with things that are going on right now, I'm very careful not to intermingle with energy or conflict in the air, in the media. So many times we get wrapped up, and I've done this many times in the past. I get wrapped up with a movement. It's noble, right? It's a worthy cause, and I'm someone who loves the underdog, and so it's easy for me to get caught up in defending people that may not even need to be defended by me, but it just feels right coming from me. But not every battle is our battle. I had to learn that, and one of the things that woke me up to the fact that not every battle is our battle is, one of the things to take note of is when you are under fire, who comes to your rescue? When you're being attacked, right? Is there the same energy coming to defend you? And I'm talking about not just singly, but I'm speaking even on a collective level, even on a world level, um, even on a racial level too, right? And if not, then we have to stop and ask the question, why are we defending, or why are we putting ourselves on the line for those that wouldn't put themselves on the line for us? Not every battle is our battle. Now, it doesn't mean that we should stand idly and watch people being mistreated or watch things happen, but to the extent that we would get involved and become completely immersed in the issue, right? That's what Spirit is talking about. Not every battle is our battle. So be careful. And this could be on a personal level. I was just using the example, but it could also be on a larger scale, that level too. There's something to be careful of, because there's something about being influenced into some element of anger, and it may have nothing to do with you. And so be careful what you lend your energy to, okay? We also have SOAR, and I knew this was going to come out, memory. We're talking about triggers, right? And then routine. So there's something about you possibly being or needing to really stick to your routine right now. Really, if you don't have one, maybe develop one so that you can stay focused. There's something about sticking to a routine that's going to be helpful. Um, and weed out any drama, right? It's like whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, whatever your work is, do that and focus on that and keep your head looking straight forward. Um, this is possibly a time where you have a lot to lose, right? That's another thing too. For people that don't have a lot to lose, yeah, they're willing to go and start fires and burn stuff down. But for whoever this is for, who Spirit is talking to today, you have a lot to lose. So you cannot afford, whoever this is for, you can't afford to be caught up in the drama, in the mess, in the stream of rage that may in fact cause you to come down from where you've worked so hard to build yourself up to. Okay. For someone with this SOAR card, is telling me that you have something to lose. So you can't afford to run with the element that is at large right now. You can't afford to sacrifice. For those that don't have a lot to lose, of course, they're going to go and do many things and not even give it a second thought, because it's like, well, what do I have to lose anyway? You ever felt like that? It's like, I don't have anything to lose anyway, so a win is a win, right? Either way, it's a win because it don't really matter. But for someone who has worked really hard and has already sacrificed many things in order to gain headway, in order to allow yourself to be lifted up to a higher place, there's almost like the element of working really hard to get where you are. And I hear Spirit saying to be careful, to be careful of the energy you open up to, okay? Or who you decide to join forces with, who you decide, make sure you are careful not to jump onto bandwagons. That's not even headed in your direction. You're going in a completely different direction. And so that's the energy coming out. I'm going to go ahead and grab some tarot with this. This could be something, someone resurfacing from the past. Now, part of this also, this energy resurfacing, sometimes when energy comes back around or they resurface, being that we are in the retrograde, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be coming back up to proclaim a space, right? It could just be coming back up, giving an opportunity for resolve or to finally put that thing to bed and just be done, right? And so whatever this is not, I'm getting the feeling like this is not, whatever's coming back up or resurfacing, it's not for like a, what's the word? It's not for like to pick up where things left off, like things never ended, right? It did end. Sometimes it comes back up to be resolved so that it can finally just be buried and be done. It's over, right? And Spirit is just warning you not to get stuck back in, okay? Because of what you have done, what you have worked so hard to achieve or even bring yourself to, okay? That's the energy I'm getting. All I can do is read the energy. So let's go ahead and get some. Yeah, there's something that you are working for, that you're working towards. This has something with the Page of Cups. This has something to do with creativity or imagining what could be possible and being at the precipice of creating that for yourself. It's almost like um, walking through this space of imagination. The fact that you're able to even think of it brings it into the realm of possibility. It's almost like a new way of living, something maybe that you haven't got to experience yet. There's like something very beautiful, I feel like, for whoever you are that's tapping into this. And it talks about the possibilities of what you are creating for yourself right now. Let's see. And the Lovers come out. And so could have something to do with love. It doesn't have to, but more so, I think this is all about understanding the weight and the significance of your decisions right now. And the fact that they would benefit from coming from a balanced place, right? The Lovers does talk about duality. It talks about the balance between different aspects of ourselves and being balanced within ourselves so that we can make the right decisions. Now, if this is about love, there's some influence that's coming in through that energy, right? Or the influence is coming in through you being balanced and being in a state of being able to make good decisions. It may not have always been that way. You may have just gotten to a point where you feel balanced and grounded and very sure of yourself and where you're going. It's almost like there's something here about having a lot to lose. Having a lot to lose. So be careful. Be careful. All these cups coming out, the Queen of Cups coming out. This is a time, and I feel like for whoever you are, you're already there. The Queen of Cups, we're saying the Queen, but it could absolutely be the energy. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a feminine. It could just be the energy. The Queen of Cups carries a very balanced energy emotionally, very tuned and tapped in, very grounded. And there's something that's coming out about the Queen of Cups is not afraid to put herself first. She is all about the self, but not in a selfish way. This is all about understanding the importance of filling your cup before you try to go out and fill somebody else's. And they say when you're flying and you're flying with children, Before you, and our natural innate sense is to go, and especially as mothers, and it could be fathers too, you let me know if you're a man and you get this innate feeling to go and take care of your children first. But it's said that when you're flying and there's an emergency, you're not taking care of the kids first. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to put your oxygen on so that you can think clearly, right? Oxygen to the brain, the lack of it cuts off the brain supply, cuts off the thinking, but you have to put yours on first so that you can remain in a stable, grounded position to think clearly so that then you can properly take care of those that are depending on you. And it seems counterclockwise, right? Because it almost seems like you should be running to take care of them first. That's how we do it, but no. So the Queen of Cups understands the importance of order, and she understands, this energy understands the importance of putting self first, the importance of self, taking care of self, thinking of self. And there's a tremendous amount of balance that comes from the Queen of Cups. Though there's a heavy level of nurturing here in this energy, it doesn't get taken for granted. It doesn't get used and abused because the Queen of Cups is very balanced and knows what's right, knows who she is, knows what balance is. And so there's something about you understanding that, and you've put yourself in that position. You've put yourself first. You understand where you belong in this equation. I feel like it's what the Queen of Cups is telling us. You're not blighted or slighted by what you're seeing. I feel like you have your head on straight. And let's see what else comes out here. So the Two of Swords comes out again, that very significant decision making. This comes out as being something that you've learned already. You've already learned, probably through trials, through tests, through difficulties. You've learned to make difficult decisions by what you've suffered already. And so the lessons come in with the Two of Cups already. And so it feels very grounded where you are. Let's see here. The Five of Cups in the future. I do feel like there are lessons here. All these cups is coming out. What is this? What is this? So cups are talking about emotions. This is water energy. Emotions. Maybe that's the thing to be careful of right now. It's a lot of water in the energy. I do feel that. Now that I'm thinking about it, it has been kind of tumultuous. And for those that are not balanced emotionally, the Queen of Cups says that you are in a balanced place. But for those that are not, this could be like a time of, like, some people could be experiencing emotional roller coaster energy. It's like up and down, in and out, just like way out. So some people may not be faring very well with this energy. And being that this is the retrograde, there's a few different movements that are happening. Being that we're in this portal, as we get closer to the 8-8, it gets more and more intensified. Things are just kind of like haywire right now. And so for some people, there's some lessons coming up around loss coming up in the future, being able to deal with that emotionally. And again, being able to not get caught up in what we've already left in the past. The Five of Cups talks about possibly crying over spilled milk, still looking back at the past, at what was left behind. So there's something coming up here that may be resurfacing from the past. For someone, it could be concerning a relationship popping back up. For someone, it could be a situation that you were once heavily involved in and committed to, but there's something that's changed. You moved in a different direction. You made a decision. Well, that element of it's going to test your commitment to see if you have really grown, if you've really changed, right? If you really did walk away from that old mindset or that old, whatever that was that you was committed to. It could be a passion, right? But there's something coming up in the future here that's going to test your commitment to your future, okay? Let's see here. What else? Another choice. So now we have three energies out here about choices. And I feel like this puts you in a very powerful position because this comes out as this is really talking about the fact that you are supported with your ability to make right decisions. The fact that you are in a position, whatever this is, it's almost like you have the power in this situation. As I'm looking at these two birds holding up two wands, the wands are crossing, like being at a crossroads. But even as this crossroads is present, if you look at the top of these wands, where they cross is the world. And so for me, as I'm just reading into the energy, this talks about the weight of this decision, the fact that the world is being held. That saying, holding the world on your shoulders, it talks about the heaviness, the weight of carrying something. But the fact that you are in this position to make huge decisions to determine which direction that you will travel, this talks about you having like a level of power in this situation too. That's coming in as a supportive energy. The fact that you are in the powerful seat of directing how this will go. I don't know if this is going to come in and get you to believe like you don't have any other choice or that you don't have as much power as you do, but Spirit is letting you know you are sitting in the seat of power in this situation. So don't be fooled, okay? Let's see what else. Another two of cups. So this is all about balance. It's all about balance right now, and this energy of duality that's very supportive here. This energy of possibly some type of connection, choices, crossroads. So we have 3 2s out here. 222 could be significant, and I've been seeing that number lately. I think I did an encouragement of the day message last week talking about the energy of the 222. I'm trying to remember what that message was about. But there's something about you having the power, the responsibility, you holding the weight of the situation in your hand because you are positioned to be able to choose here. Okay, so whatever the situation comes in, it looks like you may even feel like you don't have a choice. The Spirit is making that very clear here that you do. And for some of you, this may come across as a difficult choice. The 5 of Cups talks about a difficulty. These may, in fact, be situations that are very close to your heart. It could be family that you're having to turn away from and make a different choice. There's something about allegiance that you will have to move away from and choose yourself, right? But this is coming in as a support. The fact that you have been empowered to make the choice. Yeah. There's something about the heart that's coming up here too. And so I almost feel like Spirit is just letting you know when we talk about that balance. It's not being all heady, right, and egotistical or thinking that you're right or you have the power, you know. But this is more along the line of being balanced and understanding the importance of being able to operate out of the heart, not completely, right, because the heart needs to be balanced out by our mental. It needs to be balanced out between the two. Just like it's not good to just go all off of, what we're thinking. That needs to be balanced out with feeling, right? Being balanced in that way. And 2s are all about balance. Whether it's about emotional balance, whether it's about being able to decide between 2 difficult things of equal value that can provide probably the same amount of value. There's something about difficult decisions here and understanding the need to choose, right? There's not going to be any straddling the fence. You are absolutely definitely going to have to choose yourself. Okay, I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. But there's a balance that you're doing that in, right? So let's see. I want to see what energy you are in right now. But before we do that, what is this decision? Let's see what this decision is, because these twos are off the hook in this reading. The Seven of Pentacles. So this is all about um, where you spend your resources, your time, your money, your energy. This is about investing in the future. And the Empress. This is about you positioning yourself. This Page of Cups, right? We're talking about that creative energy, stepping into this space where you're going to be able to experience somebody what you've dreamt about, right? But there's some very specific decisions that's going to be very significant and important on the way there. And there's something about your decisions that are going to position you to reap the harvest of what you've already sown with this Seven of Pentacles. Not only will you step into this new space and experience that if you choose, there's also more perks that come along with that. The Seven of Pentacles is almost like things that you've planted along the way that you may not have been able to reap just yet, because it doesn't say you won't be able to reap them. This says, the Seven of Pentacles says that you've planted them, right? And they are still available for harvest, right? And I feel like these decisions have something to do with you being able to see these things come to fruition. That's how important you moving forward in the direction that Spirit is leading you, or away from things that Spirit may be leading you away from. The Empress is all about receiving, operating in creative energy. The Empress is definitely fertile, right? Not only is it talking about things from the past, the Seven of Pentacles, the Empress brings up current energy and future energy. Everything that is planted, well, she is the supplanter, not the supplanter. She's the planter, and she's fertile. Like, she has the ability to create right where she is and moving forward, right? And so it's talking about this very beautiful energy that you are moving towards. And I feel like the decision is going to be about you choosing what to receive into your life, to operate in your life, what you're choosing to keep, what you're choosing to let go of, where you're choosing to walk, what path you're choosing to take, right? Connections you are choosing. This is about you. And I just lost my thought. Dang it. I hate when that happens. This is about you understanding the importance of there it is. There it is. Thank you, Spirit. You understanding the importance of every single decision. It's almost like every decision is going to have huge ramifications. And it's almost like being in this energy right now that's causing everything to be amplified. And being in a energy right now, even where karma is like immediate, right? Karma is, we don't have to wait no more. It's immediate. And so let's keep going. I always go into just deep. I don't try to, y'all. I really don't. But I have to go there, or else I feel incomplete, right? I have to let Spirit, complete through me what needs to be said. And so, all right. What energy are you in right now? The Eight of Pentacles, which is work, mastery, even, aiming towards, like, you're not just working for yourself, but you're working for those that come after you. This is like legacy energy too. It's really mastery energy, working to move forward, having a purpose with what you do. There's movement, there's action, mastery, accomplishment, like doing things with a purpose, not just doing random things, but there's a method to your madness. Okay. Where are you right now? And what is the energy where you are right now at this point in time? Let's see how the energy around you is faring out. Ooh, so it could be a bit scattered. The Five of Wands, right, is saying that the energy that you're in could be challenging. or it's about to get challenging, which is what I got here. Either you're already in this energy or it's about to get spicy. It's about to get spicy. So hold on to your seats and have your cups of water ready. Okay. And this could also say that things are about to speed up and you're going to have a lot on your plate to choose from. And this could bring in a little bit of overwhelm in your environment. If you have lots of tasks, if you're a multitasker and you're trying to do several things at once, you have a lot of unfinished projects that are sitting out. I know that's me. And this says that your environment is very busy. It could say that your environment is a little bit chaotic and a little unorganized, is what I'm getting here. But that makes sense with this energy that I'm feeling here. And it's not always a bad thing. Some of us, we have to be doing several things at the same time, right? And that's okay. Like I said, there is a method to your madness. Just wait, okay? And for some of you, this is what you've asked for. Your hope is that you will be able to really just have a clean, fresh start. The Fool comes out in hopes. Or it could come out as a fear. I feel like it's more like a hope, though, that you're able to actually, move forward and experience things in a very adventurous way, right? There's something that you're looking to experience, and you're willing to do a 180. You're willing to turn your back on things that you knew, if it means that you will have a fresh start and to see things new, right? I do feel this coming out. I love this energy. Let's see how it's going to actually turn out. Now that we know the energy that we're dealing with, the challenges coming in, our responsibility, some things that are working for us, what is the energy coming out in the outcome, Spirit? We have the Four of Cups coming out. So it ends with cups, which says that I always, when I look at the Four of Cups, it's always to me talking about things that we haven't got to experience yet, right? When I look at this picture, it's almost like Spirit is offering. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There it is. See the three cups on the ground? Those are experiences that we already know. We're acquainted with that. But the one that's being offered by Spirit is up above, which kind of suggests that this is allowing ourselves to reach higher, allowing ourselves to experience something that maybe we haven't experienced before. And it could be that we've gotten a little bit disinterested or bored with what we have already. Maybe we do, want to challenge ourselves and experience something new. Maybe we've gotten bored with everything and we don't even see the cup coming in offered by Spirit. We are, focused on something else, right? But whatever this is, I feel like it has to do with something. It has something to do with the further, right? That Page of Cups, walking through that portal of this new experience, of the dream, of the unexperienced and the unexpected. It has something to do with that. And holding out, that's the message I get with the Four of Cups. It's like, I'm no longer able to settle. I'm no longer able to deal with what is familiar or what happened. Matter of fact, I'm so bothered by that old energy that Spirit could be offering me something new and I don't even see it because I'm just so outdone and I'm so sure that I'm not going back through the same stuff again, right? But whatever this is, it's almost like something new coming in that is going to cause us to have to reach for it. And it may in fact be out of reach at the moment. It's in view, but it's out of reach. There's some growth needed to reach up. And so there's some promise of a new experience, possibly even growth coming through here. Okay. I'm going to pull some astrological cards. This energy is Mamie. Okay. And then I'm going to end it here. Anything else my viewer needs to know with this interesting energy that we're in right now? This is trick or treat energy. Because if we're not careful, we could be tricked. But if we hold on and follow, stay close to spirit and stay grounded and balanced, right? There's a treat, right? So let's see. Maybe the best treat that you've ever had. Okay. This is all about making the right decisions, following the right path, connecting with the right people. But let's see. Give us more energy here about this situation today before we end it out, Spirit. Dang it. I always drop cards. Okay, sure. Let me click up these cards with my lovely finger toes. They work like fingers. Anybody else got finger toes? Okay, so we have Mercury coming out here with Scorpio, Libra, and Uranus. Okay, and so Mercury brings in energy of communication, being able to relay our ideas, being able to analyze what we're thinking before it actually reaches the portal of our mouth and speaking that into existence, or trusting also what we are feeling or thinking. But this is about communication and the awareness of that. Something about that coming out, um, where those thoughts are stemming from, understanding the root of what we're thinking, before they turn into words. I feel like Mercury is bringing in that information. Spirit may want us to be very cognizant of what we're putting out in the universe right now. With Scorpio, this is all about control in a situation, maybe controlling ourselves and not being controlled, right? Not being carried away with the energy and dealing with the extremes, right? We did get lots of twos out here. We got the lovers and pretty much all the twos except for the two of pentacles didn't come out. And so there's something about having a power to navigate in extremes, right? Or understanding the extremes, maintaining control in the situation as things are very chaotic, right now around you. Scorpio has a bit of there's some special knowledge or energy that Scorpio is able to navigate in difficult situations. I feel like you may have Scorpio in your chart. You could be a Scorpio, right? You could be dealing with a Scorpio. This could be someone that may, in fact, offer some level of, support. It could have something to do with someone coming into the reading here. We also have a Libra, which is talking about the energy of cooperation and perfection, mastery. The Eight of Pentacles did come out. That's that energy of doing something until it's done well, until it's done to satisfaction. And this could have something to do with working with others with cooperation or making decisions about that, carrying something through, not quitting, but actually finishing the job. Being fair. Libra brings out the energy of the justice. It's being very integrous, right? Doing things that you know you should do, doing things right and fair, right? And then Uranus brings up the energy of causing situations to be stirred, stirring up situations and being open to new ideas. There's a lot of new energy coming in. And so Uranus is asking you to be inventive in many ways, being open to new ways that you may be discovering, new ideas, right? Maybe we've been used to doing it one way, but this is a time to, try something new, be open. And so there's something about these energies coming out, mingling with the encouragement of the day today. And so take that how it resonates. It's a serious energy, right? I feel like it's directly correlated to where you're going, to the outcome that you very much desire. Okay. It may or may not have anything to do with anybody else. This could be all you. It could be with other people. You discern the message. Okay. And if it doesn't resonate at all, don't try to make it fit, but it's for somebody. Okay. So this is the message of the day. Like, share, comment. If it resonates, please let me know. It's encouraging when I'm tapping in and it's confirmed. And so I appreciate that. But if not, a like is sufficient. Thank you. If you're just passing by for the first time and you feel drawn in, you feel a bit of like a homely energy right here with us, consider subscribing if you do, and hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing for the first time. So until next time, take care of yourself and get ready for that Lionsgate energy. Um, it's going to have some nice little, information, drops of information that you might find useful during this time. If nothing else, some ideas on how we can use the energy. Okay. And so thank you so much for stopping by again. Blood Moon Oracle here, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay. Bye.